I was very excited about India's development story. But not anymore, Dhawal Jain. Just imagine. A country that's reached the moon, leads the world in digital payments, and births a new unicorn startup almost every week. Yet in that same nation, a broken road claims a child's life. And the government fixes it the next day, but only up to the point where the camera can see. For a few hours, the system wakes up, then drifts back into its usual slumber, where negligence is normal and apathy permanent. This is the India that made one startup founder say, "I was once excited about India's growth story." But not anymore. Dhawal Jain, CEO of a mental wellness startup called Mave Health, is a man who once dreamed of strengthening India's youth mentally. But today, he feels broken by the very system he wanted to change. On X, formerly Twitter, he wrote, "For years, I thought we were just a poor country, that progress would fix everything. But now I realize the real problem isn't money, it's mindset." These words aren't from an angry citizen, but from an entrepreneur who saw India become digital, global, and powerful, yet watched it crumble from within. Dhawal's frustration didn't come overnight. His neighbor's young son died in an accident caused by a pothole-ridden road. Within hours, the authorities sprang into action. The pothole was filled, photos were taken, and that was it. 2 weeks later, the road was broken again. Dhawal wrote, "Imagine how that father must have felt. We fixed the road, but not the mindset." That was the moment he realized that India's idea of progress is often cosmetic. The surface shines, but the cracks beneath run deep. In his post, Dhawal wrote, "If your intentions are good, getting work done here feels like a nightmare. But if you take the wrong route, everything becomes easy." That one line captures the essence of India's system, where honesty isn't seen as strength, but as weakness. Those who follow rules are called slow, and those who break them are hailed as smart operators of the system. The real problem isn't resources or budget, it's mindset. Corruption in India has become so normalized that it's no longer just a crime. It's turned into a process. Whether it's getting a tender approved, speeding up an official sanction, or securing a small facility, bribery is no longer seen as wrongdoing. It's seen as routine culture. This is the corrupt system that has disillusioned people like Dhawal Jain. Dhawal wrote further, "I don't blame the citizens. It's the system itself that breaks good people." That thought deserves deep reflection. When an honest officer works in a corrupt environment, he either breaks down or becomes part of the system. And that same vicious cycle repeats itself at every level, from the village council to the parliament. In Indian cities, every election season brings a clean-up drive. Roads are patched, drains are cleared, and photos flood the media. But the real reform never happens. Politicians and officials work for optics, not outcomes. As Dhawal says, we talk about cleanliness, but the dirt isn't just on the ground, it's in our minds. And that's a truth no one can deny. Dhawal's words aren't just social, they're deeply economic. From an entrepreneur's point of view, corruption kills innovation. When a startup founder spends 50% of his time on permissions, approvals, and licenses, creativity dies. That's why so many innovations still take birth outside India, in Silicon Valley, Singapore, or London, where this system fuels innovation, not suffocates it. According to Dhawal, India is still unprepared for automation and AI. Our policymakers view technology as a threat, not an opportunity. He wrote, "AI will replace millions of jobs, but our governments are still thinking at the speed of 1980. The gap isn't just of time, but of thinking. And that's the real disconnect in India between ground reality and grand vision. At the top, we are space power. At the bottom, we fail at basic infrastructure. At the top, we're digital India. At the bottom, a person still has to visit 3 government offices just to get one document attested." Dhawal Jain wrote, "We talk about automation and efficiency, Yet government offices are still filled with files gathering dust. And that's exactly why so many young Indians like him are beginning to lose faith in the system. Still, Dhawal hasn't lost all hope. He wrote, "The ray of hope lies in our entrepreneurs, the ones building systems, improving healthcare, and investing in research." According to him, it's not the government, but startups that are driving real change in India. The sad irony, however, is that these very startups face the most resistance from the system meant to support them. He says, if a young person tries to work honestly, the system troubles him. But if he takes shortcuts, he's celebrated as successful. This paradox exists not just in business, but across every profession. Teachers, doctors, bureaucrats, journalists all stand at this same moral crossroads. Dhawal believes India's biggest problem is leadership. He wrote, "Our leaders don't follow the same rules they impose on the people. This hypocrisy lies at the root of the system. And when honesty doesn't exist at the top, hope dies at the bottom." Yet beneath Dhawal's words lies a sense of responsibility, not rebellion. He says, "I'm not angry. I'm privileged enough to live within a private system. But I want my country to do better." This isn't a complaint. It's a cry of pain. His final line was haunting yet heartfelt. "I hope that in some other universe, India is thriving, because I truly believe it can." It's a mix of sarcasm and hope, as if he's saying India has the potential to change, but not the intent. This isn't just Dhawal Jain's story. It's the story of every Indian who once felt proud of their nation, but is now tired of its broken system. The story of every young dreamer whose ambitions got lost between files and signatures. India today stands as the world's fifth largest economy. But does development only mean GDP? Isn't true progress when a citizen can claim their rights without paying a bribe? When a pothole doesn't cost a child their life? When an entrepreneur can work without fear or humiliation? The real question is India's growth story truly shining only in reports and advertisements, or does it shine on the ground too? Dhawal Jain's post has ignited a wave of discussion on social media. Some said, corruption exists in every country. Others replied, at least we now have the courage to speak about it. But the truth is, more than debate, what India needs now is action. Because corruption isn't just a failure of government, it's a failure of society itself. Every time we say, just pay a little to get it done faster, we are feeding that same corrupt system. Change doesn't start with others, it starts with ourselves. If we truly want India to become a developed nation, we must change not our slogans, but our habits. We must bring back respect for honesty. We must realize that a country built on shortcuts can never sustain for the long term. Voices like Dhawal Jain's are important because they speak uncomfortable truths. They remind us that development isn't about GDP or skyscrapers. It's about trust. The trust of a citizen who knows his country will stand by him, not fail him. It's still not too late. If India introspects, rethinks its policies, systems, and moral compass, it can still become the nation that Gandhi, APJ Abdul Kalam, and countless entrepreneurs dreamed of. The fight against corruption won't be won by laws alone. It will be won by mindset. When every citizen decides, I will not be part of it, that's when true freedom will be achieved. And perhaps then, people like Dhawal Jain will once again say, I am excited about India's growth story. And this time, truly so.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.